Torment I feel by the flame. I wear my scars proudly. I badger my callous ways, but deep down inside their sight, I'm taking a place, spreading my misery. That's my domain. I watch you suffer as I feed on your cries. I'm empty. In the depths of my soul, darkness resides. I build my empire on the tears I've cried. Sadness and despair, my foundation's strong. Every heartbreak and loss, turn it into song. In the shadows I dwell, where pain is my guide through the darkest nights. My spirit won't hide, I harness the sorrow, let it fuel my flame. Building an empire with darkness as my name. Right, I'm taking a place, spreading my misery. That's my domain. I watch you suffer as I feed on your cries. I'm empty, and I'm all apologized.
I engaged with
You don't think that we should gatekeep marriage more though? From a societal standpoint, should we just let every
No, you
Tom,
can't
Dick, and
make
Harry and Jane and Josie go get married because they fail at the
Hi.
rate that they do?
I'm Dave.
I just
No, we
don't
can't
think
hear you.
I know. Sorry, that was
Okay.
I just started my stream, so I was doing a hi, I'm Dave for the stream.
You got me.
Sorry.
I think in some ways it sounds good, but overall not healthy, and we're too advanced. We've spoiled people to the point of, if we made that kind of a choice for people, it's kind of like driving. You get told and you learn how to drive properly. You go take the test, you pass, excuse me, and then eventually you end up speeding and driving unsafe because you feel confident.
Ah, shit. I have a speeding ticket.
So how's it
Uh-oh.
how's it
Miss
going to
Fleur,
work?
do you know where that ticket is? All right, go ahead.
How's this going to work in action, in actuality, in real life?
Maybe just like a driving test, every so many years you have to go back and retake the driving test.
What's the impetus? What do I get out of this?
A husband
You get a certification.
or a customer.
True.
Like, what do you want out of this? This is hoe and wife schools we're talking about here.
Well, he has more of a societal purpose than an individual.
Well, he thinks that he wants to have this hoe school within a Christian patriarchy.
Yes.
So, like, we can't expect his all of his things to be cohesive.
Not everything has to make sense.
It's a little contradictory, but you know.
Like,
This
there
is
was
where
no
faith
back
comes
then,
in.
too.
This is the Christian part of the Christian patriarchy. Faith
Exactly. There was
covers you where
back
there's
in
no
Bible
sense.
days, too.
Don't want the faith and the religious stuff in the bedroom, you know?
How's that Limp Bizkit song go? Gotta have.
No, but
Yeah.
what I'm getting at
Yeah.
is that, like, overall, like,
Or a George
I'm just trying to
Marshall song.
find like the most ridiculous, because what we're doing now is obviously repeating the same thing over again and expecting
Yeah.
different results, right? Well, nothing.
You want something more ridiculous?
Yes, hoe school.
Okay, no, hold on. I got a question for you. Would you rather make out with a dude or get pegged by a chick?
Both of those are the most gayest things I've ever heard in my
I
life.
I'd have to
this
say pegged by a chick, because at least then there's no other man involved.
Yeah, do I get to feel her titties on my back? Is the question.
I have no.
Or
I'll
your
allow
front.
It. I'll allow it.
That'd be real awkward.
That
was a really specific visual thing that happened there. Your question was,
Wait, what were the choices again? Pegged by a woman, or what was
or
it?
make out with a dude.
I'm going to choose make out with a dude.
Of course.
Well, the question is a distinction.
I know, dummy.
No, for a chick, it would have to be something worse. It'd be like, I don't know.
Because make out with a chick isn't even that odd.
Because all girls are kind of bisexual.
Yeah,
I agree.
it's true.
All the dudes we have voted. The Council of Men has decreed.
Yes.
Yes. The man,
Crispy, can you hear this?
the Council of Masculinity has voted that all women are bisexual, or
I
at least bi-curious.
I have not met many women who haven't at least experimented with their.
Let us
friends.
celebrate this day. The celebration of scissors.
Men probably won't even talk about it.
Men have spoken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
No, but like, okay, like,
fact,
what is
stamped, done.
what is like? So, what is the fix for marriage? Then, anybody have an idea for a fix for marriage?
No.
Take the government out of it.
That's one way.
Mhm.
That wasn't the problem in mine necessarily.
Well, some people do choose it, and it's called marriage counseling. And they talk about themselves, and they talk about their partners, and they learn more about
What
each
is
other.
the success of marriage counseling?
I'm sure it
Obviously,
actually is good because it keeps going.
the marriage rate is so lousy that, I mean, I really have. How come that's such a concern of yours? I mean, it is a concern in general, but why you in particular? Just
It's
wondering.
easier to fix other people's problems than your own.
Yeah.
Maybe
Me
it's
in
just easier to fix it successfully if you do it yourself versus somebody else doing it from the outside.
Oh, so then like marriage counseling wouldn't be a good idea then.
Right.
Kind of 50-50 on.
So maybe
marriage
instead of marriage counseling, we could have marriage attacking, where we try our best to undermine marriages.
I actually
about
dislike.
To strengthen them, right? It's like an immunity or a in the military how you'd shoot yourself a small caliber bullet, so if you ever get shot by a big one, you've got a tolerance.
You do that?
No.
What
Kind of like
what
a
unit were
practice
you in?
combat situation.
Oh wait, I didn't join the military.
Oh, okay.
So
That's why he shot himself in the leg so he wouldn't get drafted.
Well,
was a
it
death-
would be helpful to learn how to fight for one. That's one thing that people don't think of before they marry because they're in that, that lust and happy stage. They're not
you're
thinking
saying
of-
learning how to fight is
Yeah,
good before you get
I'm not-
married?
hear me out. Hear me out. You learn how to fight effectively, and by fight, maybe that's a misnomer. Maybe argue or maybe a
Debate.
more positive spin on this would be to what's
Disagree.
the word? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Disagree or compromise.
You've
'cause
had
you're gonna
conflict and
eventually-
resolved it, basically.
It's conflict resolution.
Yeah.
That's what
Right, but you can't make.
How dare
teach
you
that in
just
any
repeat what I just said?
I said it louder than you and with more authority.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
mine.
I see. Yeah.
I took it.
Flo, that's brilliant.
He said
That's
it.
What?
brilliant.
He said it with his chest.
What you
Oh,
said. not what you-
my conflict resolution idea.
Yeah.
Hey, Crispy, if you can hear me, get up here. You'd be fun in this conversation.
Yeah, Crispy, you're more than welcome to join.
Crispy babe.
See, all women are bisexual.
You know what? And the marriage age too. You're kind of immature because your brain's not even fully developed till age 25. So what's going to all of a sudden make you responsible? Decide you want to get married and have a kid, and do this, just completely logically like a grown adult. Maybe we should change that. No, we can't do that either. See,
maybe
everything we
think
think
of
of is
what?
Orwellian. You just can't do that.
Yeah, I know. That's why everything that I actually want is like destruction of all programs and government.
How about we just get rid of marriage altogether from a legal sense?
You are fucking up the Christian patriarchy, sir.
No, I said from a legal sense.
How would we enforce it then?
You'd send it back to the church.
How would they enforce it?
You keep wanting to shove the church in it.
No. Here's the thing.
I mean,
But here's the
Pause.
reason. Here's the reason. Because you can have. There's all
That's
kinds.
not where the church goes.
If it fits.
They have all kinds of churches.
I hope it's not too big a one.
what about the concept?
You don't want to. You don't want a very big congregation in there.
What if you just what if there's like no incentives for marriage other than two people just getting together wanting to have a family, and you get rid of all the incentives, rid of all the tax incentives,
Yep.
you get rid of all of the divorce incentives that are in laws now, and it's just like two people who get married, and or you just say you're married. Why does the state have to, or the church or whatever have to determine your
I love it. I like it because if you plan to stay monogamous, you're going to stay monogamous. A piece
Exactly.
of paper or a haphazard promise to God will mean something for some people, but it won't mean anything for. I mean, and as we have it, people make promises to God all the time, and they married,
That's
and
us.
they make their vows.
That's us.
Yep.
and they don't follow them, and they're
agree.
Christian. So
I-
I really like this idea. I think it's more realistic, and I think relationships are completely up to the dynamic of the two people. And if he wants to cheat or she wants to cheat, she finds somebody else. What's that word for kind of going upwards and who you date? What am I looking forward to? It's
Gold digging.
not.
No,
Hey, I'm gonna
I
throw. I'm
can't think of
gonna
the term.
Flo. I'm gonna throw the live link in the back chat.
Okay.
So I think well, it's already back there, but
Hypergamy.
Hypergamy.
Did somebody on my side want it again?
yeah, a crispy treat.
Hi.
Cool. Hey,
Oh,
Crispy.
there
I
you go.
could see
Hey guys.
Hello.
What up?
hypergamy is
I
gonna
was
happen.
just about to say I don't
Whose
think
StreamYard
that
are we in? I don't even know.
I,
His.
I don't know.
Okay. I
Nobody's
was like,
like-
I don't even know.
That's Glenn. This is his stream. That's why
I first saw your stream. I saw the stream going on Flo's, and then I popped over to Glenn's because apparently I forgot to sub up.
Yeah, there
But I'm
wasn't a
subbed
link
now.
in.
So I'll see
Welcome,
when you're live.
Christy. Thank you for coming.
Pause.
Lindsay.
That.
I was about to say though, when you do need to go through like a premarital counseling before you get married, and don't let anybody say that piece of paper isn't important, because this is why it's important. Because when you argue, it's very easy just to walk out of that relationship
That's
when
why
you
I
don't
said
have
learn
that
to
piece of paper. And then when you go through like a little bit of the premarital counseling, you go over things like division of labor, how you're going to raise your children, religion, how you would discipline your children. I don't know, like all kinds of stuff like that. That's important that's stuff that you might not have thought of, in your, relationship.
And then
Yeah.
as soon as you're done there, you should go to a lawyer, talk to the lawyer, figure out your prenup, make sure you get all that filed away before you get married.
If you
Well,
have
then
a
I can fight
prenup,
that
why
in
even
court,
bother getting
Dave.
married?
So it's just I wouldn't even bother with that because I can really fight that in court if I want to.
What you want to do
Still
is you want to
better to
file for
have one than
divorce
not.
first.
File for
Well,
divorce,
this
then
this
get married.
wasn't
Got
advice
it.
for you necessarily.
But like, okay, again.
Well, I'm helping out where you're
if we
dropping the
get rid
ball.
of the-
The
Yeah.
important
this
thing is
like
to.
this. No, this is why it's very easy to walk out when things are hard or when things are
Yeah.
not going great or when the
You'd have to
romance
make that a
isn't-
choice,
isn't
though,
so
You
Christy.
need
hot
to use
anymore.
the marriage contract as a weapon, not
If
as
you
a.
shouldn't, no, it's not
Exactly.
that. It's just like, and then also, if you haven't gone through the flu with somebody, don't get married to them. Yet, like you should at least have, know what they're like when they're sick, and
So
I don't know,
basically,
when things
Lindsay,
are
are you
not going
saying?
so great.
Are you saying you
You-
need to? Or I'm sorry, was it crispy? Are you
Yes.
saying that you ladies, you need to know how big of a baby the man is when he has the flu?
Well, we already know that. That's like a given. Like that's ridiculous. You guys are all. I mean, you all suffer from that babyfied shit when you're sick. I mean, you have like a sniffle and you just are. Oh my god, the worst. So yeah, you should
I
probably.
don't know about what guys
realize-
you've been around. Me and Dave, and I don't know about Glenn, but me and Dave, I know, are not babies about being sick.
No.
What
I
the hell
just
you
told
talking
a story about how I
work
I was
all
just-
hard all the
I've
time.
streamed while sick.
Listen, I just told Mrs. Flo a story about how I almost bled to death, and I didn't want to call an ambulance, and I crawled out of my hotel room and drove myself to the ER and went
That's
into
what you get for hooking up with psychopaths.
I went into critical care unit or whatever. Like I almost died because I just didn't I just feel like I just don't want all that attention, so I don't ever want to call an ambulance. And I don't and I always think
Stop
I can
watching me
just,
die.
just walk it off or get through it, tough it out. But I can't.
You know what? You got your priorities. They're not mine, but they're yours.
But
Yeah,
again,
it was
so
not
question for
good.
marriage.
But I finished all my work though, I finished my entire work. Yeah, I mean, my
Why
whole
were you about
company
to
was
die?
like, what the?
Why were you
what
about
the
to
hell's
die?
wrong with you? Huh?
What happened to you?
I just
Who hurt
had-
you?
What? Nobody. I
Where
just
is
had
he?
like a bleed. I had a bleeding ulcer for the longest time, and I was just bleeding
Fun.
nonstop, and I just couldn't. And I just
Well, that's
pretended
gross,
that it
but
was going to go away somehow. I didn't tell anybody, and I just
I got you.
powered through it. Yeah.
So the question
So-
is, though, how do we fix marriage? Did we just get rid of all the tax incentives? Get rid of
I
No.
honestly don't feel any
No, that's the
obligation to address this problem.
it's good public policy for people to be married and have children, and one of the reasons that people do, yeah, I mean, one of the benefits is that the taxes. I mean,
Well, I'm saying
that's-
remove that and just
Yeah,
No,
we're
give it to
gonna have
everybody
to
Why
instead.
end
would you
taxes.
remove like one of the damn benefits? There's
give that
not a
incentive to
whole bunch
everyone.
of
Well, because
influence.
we don't want
I
to.
think the problem with marriage is marriage.
Yeah,
Well,
I think people get married for financial reasons rather than for love or for like building a family, and I don't think that's a good thing. I think it weakens marriage, and it's part of the reason why divorce rates are
You
going
think
up.
people get married so they can get a little bit bigger tax break?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
don't
It's
think
not just a
anybody
little
gets
I don't-
bit.
married
There's a
for
big
that.
I
difference.
think that used
Unless
to be
you're
the
like
case.
David,
Not
are
over-
you real cheap?
Like,
Like,
head
you're
of-
one of those
married
cheap.
People
married
also
joint
get
is not
married
that much
for-
more than head of household.
Well,
I
I obviously
think-
haven't got married for that reason, so obviously
think there
I'm not
was a
the cheap
time-
one.
No,
I think there was
Also-
a time when married was a tax benefit.
It
Mhm.
is still.
And a dowry laden.
There's also
of
like
yeah.
green
I
card
don't think
marriages.
it's so much a tax benefit anymore.
That's why I'm saying
Yeah.
take the government out of the marriage.
Can
Like,
we bring dowries back?
There's a lot
You
of
would have to buy
Ooh.
like my parents a donkey. or
dowries would be
something.
nice.
No,
And
you
then-
come with
and then
you
you
come with
you
a
come with
donkey.
money.
I don't
Parents
know.
give the men money to take their daughters. So
Not
that
always.
since
Sometimes
you get
they
the
get
name.
like a farm
Actually,
animal.
actually, there was the thing called the bride price.
Yeah.
No, the dowry goes. So
Now,
we
that was
got it-
for-
we,
that-
we
that was
understand it
for a
wrong in the
10,
West.
though. That was for a 10. Like the girl was a 10, you had to pay the bride price. You got the dowry if she was like a 3.
True.
No, the dowry. We understand it wrong in the West. Tarek explained this to me. The dowry is what the dad sends with the wife in case they get divorced or something happens with the marriage, and she's out on her own. Then she can live off the dowry. The husband doesn't get to party on it.
Well, did you remember Notch told us that like the woman what did he say in like Korean marriages or something, like the woman the man buys the apartment and the woman furnishes everything in it.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard something like that.
Something like
I think
that.
our-
And
Man,
there
I
is
don't know
something
about
with
that
farm
though,
animals.
because girls
I
get some
know-
weird stuff sometimes.
Yeah, I know that people were traded for animals sometimes. Like I guess it just depends. Like if you don't have the money, some of these third world countries,
Everybody's got to eat.
All right. So, ladies,
Yes.
if your dad traded you for 2 goats, how would you feel?
I'll bid that. 2 goats. 2 goats
My-
on the women.
All right, guys.
My
You know what?
daddy
We're
would know
good.
I was
We're
worth-
bidding. We're bidding.
Look at
We're
the-
bidding livestock now.
I'm gonna look at the
He
price
would
on a
know I
goat
was
right
worth
about
a
now.
lot more than 2 goats, for God's sakes. Like, I mean, he raised
2
me,
goats for
so-
both women.
I mean, I would
2 goats
be
for
at least
both women.
worth a cow or a horse, I would think.
Ah,
Not if
I mean,
nobody
you're-
What are you
outbids
gonna do
it.
with a
Are
goat?
you worth like an Arabian though? Are you
I
worth
don't
an
know.
Arabian?
I could probably
No.
go 2.5 goats.
2.5
You
goats?
can't have a half a goat, dummy.
You want to bet?
See?
They die, dummy.
Okay.
One of them's
It was gonna be for dinner anyway.
And I got, wait, are goats and sheep the same thing? No,
Are
they're
you
No.
retarded?
No, they're different, but they kind of
Did
look
you
alike,
not ever
maybe?
like?
Nope.
How did you miss animals when you were a little
I don't
kid?
know. I don't like them very
Okay,
much.
look, I argue that you can get used to anything, and even things that are very unpleasant, uncomfortable, bad, or in between.
What other animals don't you know?
All right, how about
Do you know what the difference between a
Man,
ram and a
if that
sheep is?
chickens?
If that-
How about
I
10
get the
chickens,
ones, I
1
get like
rooster?
chipmunks and
God.
chipmunks and those kind of things
Kill
mixed
me.
up a lot. Like chipmunks and
Lindsay, we're
Squirrels?
talking about animals.
moles
Where are you
and
at?
like I don't know, those like rodent things. I don't know. Voy had a picture of a puppy or whatever, and I thought it was a chipmunk. I don't know.
What about a miniature pony?
Can we take her
I-
to the zoo sometime?
Oh,
I can get a goat for $425.
how
Are
much
you
for a
on
miniature
Craigslist
pony,
right now
though?
looking at goats?
They don't have miniature ponies.
No, I'm on
Horses.
livestockmarket.com.
Because isn't a pony just a
Dude, I'll
little
steal you a
tiny
goat
horse?
for half that price.
True.
I'm just wondering, like, maybe a bride price would be better.
I don't know. You know,
Oh,
who knows? Who knows?
I get it.
However,
I
I
was
feel
gonna
like
say,
I get a
I feel
small
like
goat for
I'm very
225.
traditional with my. I feel like I'm very traditional with my gender roles, and I feel like
You don't peg.
no, I don't.
So
I
I got a
don't.
question then.
And Lindsay hasn't ever figured out how panels work yet.
I keep a clean house. I cook and stuff like that. But I also work too. You know,
Crispy, I got one question for you. How many men's hoodies do you have in your closet?
Good
not
question.
many
Good
because
question.
I always was in
When you
real long
When you
relationships.
say not many, how many?
I mean, I don't know. I've never counted them, but I would have to argue that I'm
She
always
pled the
full.
That's a
fifth.
bad sign. Glenn,
Would you
No,
say
heard
more
what I
than-
heard.
No, I'm not sleeping with people that give me a hoodie, but people will give me hoodies because they see that I'm
What did you
shivering.
steal from George Clooney?
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
You
I
stole
know
don't
George?
steal. I've never even been in my mom's purse and I never stole a candy bar. Like I've got
You
too much guilt for
know
that.
what porno everybody watches. I do not believe you've never been in a purse.
I've never been in her purse. Like I'm funny about like I'm
Everything
funny
except for
about that.
browser histories.
Yeah. Well, like I mean, if you leave your phone open and fall asleep, that's your own fault. You know, I can't. I'm
I
not
actually
being- I'm
agree.
not being careful.
I disagree with that.
I think too, if you go looking for something, you're gonna
find
it.
something.
So you're
Yeah.
like, don't go snooping through shit because you will find it, unless you just want to like.
Well, that's
fight,
sort of a
argue.
depressing, gaslighty claim you just made right there.
But I do look at their porn just to see if they if the person looks like me, because if their porn collection is complete opposite of me, then I'm like, okay,
Then you're offended, right?
a little bit, yeah.
You're like, wait a minute, why would you fuck that bitch?
Yeah, I feel like that's like not who he really is like seeking.
I don't think
know.
you,
You
always
start doing
wanna
that thing
date
where it's
what you
like-
look at for porn.
What is it?
I don't think you always want to date the same thing that you look at for porn.
No, I'm looking at his porn.
Well, that's what I'm
just
saying. Like, as a guy, you're not always.
Hey, I would like to point out this price here. I just saved $300 by switching to Craigslist.
Nice. That's a lot
Are
cheaper.
you
I
trying to
did find
sell
one
me
for
a duck, or
$225.
trying to get a duck for me? Was that a duck?
I think that I just won the auction.
She
Oh,
just
shit.
she just asked if that was a duck.
It was.
What
wasn't
the
it?
fuck,
Or
Crispy?
was it a goose? I don't know. I don't know. My daughter.
If this was
Crispy
my panel, I'd take
really
you off right now
doesn't
and tell you to
know
go learn
animals
about animals.
at all.
I didn't see it. I just glanced at it.
I would
My daughter,
offer.
though,
I would
asked me-
offer.
Is it
3
because your
goats
retina's
and a
slipping?
cow.
Yeah, it is. But my
I'll offer
daughter
3
said,
goats and a cow for Crispy. Because
She doesn't know her animals. She might be
doesn't
too
matter
fluoride
then. It
damaged. The
doesn't
floor,
matter.
like,
Yeah, that's why he's saying 2 goats and a cow. He's just gonna give her 2 kittens.
I could give her 2
No.
squirrels.
oh yeah, you could give her anything.
Yeah.
"No, you can't."
Here, hold out your hand. I got
The
some of these
reason
lemon
I'm
heads here. Do you like
asking-
lemon head? I mean, do you like goats?
I remember like being a little kid and being on my aunt's farm, and like a sheep or a goat like jumped up on me and like knocked
Here you
the
go. I
wind
got
out of me.
payment. These are each goats.
I don't know what it was.
You know,
but
people
I
actually
don't
do
remember it
goat
being, like-
yoga.
I don't remember.
They
it
have
being,
goats
like,
climb on them while they're doing yoga.
Shut the
Oh,
fuck
It's a
up.
I've
real
seen that
thing.
weird- Yeah, I've seen that weird shit. That's just stupid.
What?
I don't
They'll
know.
be doing
TV show.
yeah, they'll be doing yoga
What?
poses, and the goats come over and stand on
Goats.
them.
It's goat yoga. And
There's
it's-
a lot of,
it's
like,
in
looking that up
California.
right
Influencers
now.
that go do
I
that.
don't even know if people do that anymore, but it was a fad for a little bit.
Oh my
It's-
gosh, this is fantastic.
It's still something people do as a
animalistic.
meme. Huh?
Do
That
they?
sounds very animalistic.
I
Yeah.
don't know what. No, it was just
Getting in
weird
touch with
and
your inner animal.
I don't know what that was for.
I don't
think
want
it was
my
a
wife
gimmick,
to smell like
honestly.
goat though.
I
I'd
would
be like,
not
"You
like
went and
that at
saw
all. I
that
would
damn
never
goat
do any
again,
such
didn't you?"
thing.
And I don't want her to like chew on my shoelaces like a goat.
Right.
You went and saw that black goat again. What did I tell you about
Hey,
going to
while
that
while
goat?
you're on there, how much is a donkey?
Um,
Somebody in my chat wants to know. He's
I went
assuming
to a
low
donkey-
side of 800, upside of 5,000.
I
That
did
sounds
go to
like a
don-
crazy
I went to a
range.
donkey show in Tijuana.
Whoa!
when I was
Pause.
there.
Crispy.
Were you?
You
like-
have a
That just
story
came out
for
of
me.
nowhere. Let's talk about this.
I
Yeah,
know.
we gotta like let's dive this one in. So
Somebody defended me when I thought I said that already, but someone was
Nope.
like, "Yeah, that's a rite of passage."
You did
And
this,
yeah,
Sleepy.
it's just something that kids do, like when you live
No,
in
it's
What'd you
not.
do this
not
me.
Cali-
I've never
never
been
seen
it's
it.
when you
did
live
it,
in
but-
California. That's
your
like what
fault.
kids do when you like turn 18 or whatever.
Is that why my dad wouldn't let me go on spring break in
I
Mexico?
live in California.
Probably. Well,
I've
no, I
never
wouldn't
been
let
to a
you go
donkey
on
show.
He was
spring
because he
break
grew
in
up in
Mexico.
LA, and like when I was a senior in high school, he's like, no matter what, you're not going to Mexico.
No,
I've been to
I wouldn't
Tijuana, but
ever
I
let
would
you go to
never
Mexico,
go to a
Flo.
donkey
Look,
show.
I'm like
3 hours
from
Mexican prison
TJ,
the
and
rest
I
of
have
your
never
life.
seen a donkey
I
show.
probably would.
To be honest, the only reason I ever heard of a donkey show is because I watched not waiting.
Shut up. You don't need to over defend yourself.
Clerks.
It's
Clerks 2.
it's getting sus at this point.
Okay, so
I didn't realize that people
Crispy?
didn't know what they were, though. But like, I'm gonna not tell that story anymore.
No,
Crispy,
no.
I
I
got a
think you
follow-up
are.
question now. I got a follow-up question.
Yep.
Mhm.
How many times have you seen this donkey show?
Oh, I
That's
just
a good-
only went once. It was so gross, and like it was nothing
That
that I
sounds
would
super
ever do
depressing.
again. It was.
And how far
It freaked
from
me out.
now?
Mhm.
You said you grew up in California.
No, but I grew up in well, I grew up in a lot of different places. I moved a lot, but where I'm from Nashville area, and then I
Nashville,
lived in
Tennessee.
California for a little while. I lived in Florida for a while. I lived in Indianapolis, Cincinnati. Where else did I live? I mean, I've lived a lot
In
of places.
Tijuana.
No, but I did go. I lived in California, and then that's not very far to go. When you
Trust me, I know. I've been to TJ, and I have never been. And I live in LA, and I have.
don't do it. It's
I have
so
never been to.
disturbing.
Never have I been there. Never would I want to.
Mhm.
I just go down there to get my steroids. You know.
Ah, okay. Yikes! I
No, but
wouldn't.
I love
get-
Nashville. Not that you mentioned Nashville. I went to Nashville this year with
Uh-huh.
Earl.
You had the
um,
best time, right?
Oh, it was amazing. Like we were walking by the Kid Rock's bar,
Yeah,
and he was there performing.
yeah. He's in
And
there. He's
was
in
that
there.
Broadway?
A
Is
lot.
that Broadway?
Yeah, Broadway. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were staying off like I think 3rd Street at like some place called like Bode Hotel.
Yeah. Did you go to like 12:30 Club?
We just were walking down like that whole strip doing interviews
Yeah.
and stuff.
It's
street
really
interviews.
It's a cool downtown area that they've
I would live out there. That's how cool it is.
Yeah,
It's-
I love
Nashville
it.
creeped me out. The
It
people were
creeps
too
Flo
nice.
out. I creep Flo out because I'm.
But
she's
here's the
not
weird
nice.
thing. I found out Nashville is the bachelorette capital.
There's a lot of fats in Nashville, though. There's a lot of fats.
What the
I
hell?
saw that too.
Mhm.
Jeez.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people looking like busted, bakery
Yeah.
rolls.
Yeah,
But it creeps me out when I'm like on a road trip and I'm pulling through and I'm going through the drive-thru at McDonald's at 3 a.m. and everybody is so fucking friendly. Why are 3 a.m. McDonald's workers so happy to see me?
We just have good manners. That's all.
Like that's some suspicious shit.
You know
Well-
what we didn't get answered, ladies?
How many hoodies she has?
No, livestock
Yeah.
for a bride
about
price.
Oh yeah, donkey.
like, what about it? Like,
What do you think is your value in livestock? Like if you were going to
I was- like what? Like an
like if your dad
Arabian-
was going to
an
if your dad was going
Arabian
to
racehorse.
yeah, if your dad had some suitor comes to your dad.
Mhm,
He's like I like to have your daughter's hand in marriage.
mhm.
How many goats, cows, chickens, whatever do you think is acceptable bride price?
First of all, I already know that my father then asked him like a bunch of questions, like how is he going to support me? And
That's a relevant part. We're just
all
asking
that
for the
stuff.
bride price. We're asking for the bride price.
I think that I would go. I think I'd be worth like a good, decent, like at least a Kentucky Derby racehorse, like a winner.
Let's just go by cows. Let's go
Yeah,
by
we're-
number
we're,
of
like-
cows. Just to make it
I
a
don't
simple
know.
thing.
So how many cows?
Yeah.
Maybe we can throw in a chicken, but if you think you're going
No.
Kentucky
'Cause
Derby
I've
horse,
been researching a little bit, so I know about
Oh,
what
you already know
bride
the
prices
prices.
are. Yeah.
Yeah. So do
For-
you think a cow is better than a horse? I feel like a racehorse would be great.
Well, you're not asking for just one cow.
and then I could spend all my time on
You know what?
You
This
don't
one-
actually get it. Your
racetrack.
parents get it. So you're
Oh.
missing.
we're gonna keep shopping. I think we're
Yeah.
gonna keep looking
Yeah,
around.
I might not.
So
be
you're
with it.
saying that you are worth $446,000?
Yeah, probably, maybe.
Do
No,
you-
I'm not worth that much.
Do you want to know what a typical bride price is?
How much?
According to Google, typical bride price is 20 to 40 cows, each worth up to
Oh.
$500.
That's a lot. I watched 90 Day Fiance, and some of them were just going for like one animal.
Jeez,
they're-
they must
like, that's
be
how I knew that
really
they
trying to
still
get
did
rid of
that.
them.
So that found fading goes for 175.
Nice.
The only
Those are
the
the best
only
ones.
donkey listing that was there was a contact number. There was no price listed for the
Yeah.
donkey. So
That's a good
donkey
sales.
salesmen are pretty notoriously sketchy though.
Now also
Donkey
a
sales.
All right,
girl.
so I want to go around the table,
Go for it.
around the panel, and you're fixed for marriage.
Mhm.
Fix?
If marriage rates are bad, divorce is at a high, thing. What is your fix? How would you fix marriage if you could fix marriage?
I
You
think
have to
removing
stick it
Ladies
out.
Oh,
first.
sorry.
Ladies
Yep,
first.
sorry, my bad. Go.
I think you have to stick
I'm
it
not a
out.
gentleman.
And I also think like I don't like to be smothered, and you have to have your own hobbies, your own friends, and your own I need some time by myself. I also, like, if I'm mad, I get over it really fast, but I might say something, like I might yell at you, not yell even, just tell you what I don't like or whatever, but then leave me alone for a good 20 minutes, and then and I'm fine. But don't prevent me from like getting away. Don't try and keep me in the space that you're in. I need to go away, and you need to go away. And then in 20 minutes, I'm over it. I think there's a lot of people that get in a thing where they like sort of get off on fighting with each other. I'm not.
I
don't
agree.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
I
agree.
don't like that.
That sounds.
I agree with
Good to
that.
me.
I agree with that. So, but
But what's your fix for marriage?
yeah, you just
Well,
learned how you
I
can
think
fix your
just
marriage.
sticking it out, and like work, like it's not it's not always going to be amazing, and you have to just roll with the punches, and like nothing. No, you never. There's ebbs and flows in a relationship, and what is down will eventually come back up, so like you're not always going to be stuck in like a bad situation. Sometimes things get better. It always gets better. Things change.
It gets
And I
better
also
once you
don't
file
think,
for
and I
divorce.
also think that's terrible advice when people say never go to sleep angry. Go to sleep angry. I promise you feel better the next morning. Like, go to sleep, and then tomorrow you won't even care. Just go to bed. You won't even be all mad the next morning. Don't sit and try and argue everything out before you go to bed when you're tired. No.
So
I don't
No,
want
just go to
that.
a donkey show.
So you're
So
going
if you
the
guys get mad at each other,
Stop trying to
go to a
control us.
donkey
you're
show.
going the MLD method with
What's
endure.
that?
You've got to endure.
You've got to endure. Yeah.
MLD,
probably.
Modern Life Dating. He
Yeah, I'm gonna
was
actually
on
be on a
the
panel
whatever
with him.
podcast.
I'm gonna be on a panel with him on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
Yeah, I know
You're
MLD.
not.
Cool.
You're not on. Are you on Fresh and Fit? You're not that guy that was on Fresh and Fit in the white outfit, are you?
That was DL.
Oh,
I guess I don't know who she's thinking of, but
No, I know Fresh and Fit. I know Myron and Walter. I've talked to them. In
Glenn
Vegas
knows
when I
pretty
was
much
out there.
everybody in the manosphere.
Yeah,
and
they're pretty-
I happen to
pretty
love
much.
Andrew Wilson. I think he's like damn near perfect. I think
because you
he's-
like psychopaths.
I wouldn't
No,
go that
he's not
far,
psycho.
but
I know. I think he's very reasonable.
I'm just talking shit. I like him too.
I
but
know,
no,
I think
legit
so.
though, that is MLD's idea for fixing marriage.
But
is
I'm
just
like
endure.
I'm like a normal. But did Lindsay
Stick it out.
Lindsay does this shit to me. She just like literally convinced me to come up and dropped off.
Oh yeah, she's always just dropping out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Yep.
she does. I feel like I get
Sometimes
like
she pops back in out of nowhere too, though.
Yeah,
get
I mean, she does. She
bamboozled.
comes and goes. You can't do nothing about it.
She's like the wind.
So
I think she
okay,
just wants me to take her
so
place, and then she's out.
Crispy's choice is to go get mad at each other. If you guys are mad at each other, go to sleep mad at each other. But before you go to sleep, go to a donkey show.
Yep.
No, I would
Absolutely.
never suggest that. I didn't really know what
Get a
it
good
was,
laugh.
and what it was not.
I don't
what
believe
thought
that.
It was. I mean, I was thinking. You know what I was thinking? It was. I thought it was like going to be like a bull rider show, like one of those like. I thought it was
What?
going to be a rodeo or something. I think.
Oh, I bet it was a rodeo.
Web of lies, Crispy.
I think that was it. Like I was young. I didn't know.
Oh
She
my
thought it was going to be a
God.
girl riding a donkey, not a donkey riding a girl.
Oh God. Not good.
All right, Dave, what is your fix for marriage?
My fix for marriage is take the government out of it. Remove any kind of marriage incentives. Stop trying to get people to get married. Let marriage be more of a commitment thing, like when you're ready. It's not something that should be rushed. It's something that people rush into before they're actually ready. Sometimes they don't even vet the partner. Get rid of green card marriages, things like that. Fix the immigration problem. Make a better system for getting into the U.S., that kind of thing, so that people aren't trying to skirt around.
Why are you talking about like and you're like
Why do you hate
I'm just gonna
Mexicans?
marry
What I'm saying
somebody
is these
that-
are all things that contribute to the high divorce rate. A lot of green card marriages don't last long. They end in divorce, so that
5
raises
years.
the divorce rate.
You
Yeah.
only have 90
See?
days.
Glenn's
But
got it.
listen, you also when you get married for a green card or whatever, even though you might get a divorce after you've been married, you're responsible for that person for the next 10 years. You have to sponsor that person. So
Yeah.
even if you divorce them, you have to take care of them for
But that's what
another
I'm
10
saying.
years.
And a lot of people
Yeah.
are suckers, and they're like, oh, a hot chick that wants to come to America. Well, I'm not doing very good in the dating market, so I'm just going to take this.
When I was a
I
banker,
think
I
a
had
lot of
this dude
women-
come in and try to.
I think a lot of women are obsessed with the wedding part of it, not the
Oh,
marriage.
that's true.
That too?
Women want the wedding.
Mhm.
They don't want the marriage.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
men don't want the wedding because that's the expensive,
And men
annoying
want the
part. They just want a woman that they know is loyal.
So
Yeah.
I agree with get the state out of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I also think that I'm pro for like a dowry system.
I think that'd be cool.
Um,
It's something to
But
try.
I think the dowry system should be contingent upon certain things, though. Like, okay, if you cheated on him, no dowry. He cheated on her, maybe double the dowry. Who knows? Like whatever the case is. Like, I think you can't. I think both parties should go into it with the same amount of risk. So they both risk losing everything.
Hmm.
So if there's like a bad behavior, so like if there's cheating or abuse or whatever the case is, that can be proven. It has to be proven. You can't just say, I saw these texts in his phone and I think he's banging this chick in Japan. No,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
think that there has to be proven. It almost
Well, you have to like hide in the chick's vagina and grab his penis, right?
exactly. Yeah, you got to see. You have to have evidence of dick going inside.
I
And if
believe
he paid
that,
for it,
though.
if he pays for it, it's not cheating.
And I always say
Okay.
too, like if you've cheated, don't tell the other person if you've gotten away with it. That only relieves your guilt, and it just makes the other person nuts.
No, I
So don't-
disagree.
Really?
I very vehemently disagree
No.
with this. If
I
you
don't wanna
cheat,
know.
you need to come clean.
Ugh.
Dishonesty
No.
will destroy a relationship.
Well, I mean, it would destroy it anyways, right? Whether
Yeah, but
whether they come clean or
At least
I
if
think
you-
it's
at
funny
least
that
if
you
you
both
come
use-
clean, you
keep
can work
using come
through it.
clean.
if you come
Because
clean,
if you're
you can
cheating,
work
you're
through
coming
it.
dirty.
True,
dirty.
Yeah.
true.
Real
But
Depends on what
dirty.
hole you went in, though.
if
I mean, it's moral dirtiness. That's dirty
it's
coming.
so much
whether-
worse if they find out some other way than if you tell them. Because if
What
you
if
tell
they-
them, you might be able to work it out
All right,
and figure
let me-
out
let-
something.
Let me ask you this.
There's no chance if you tell me.
Let
Well,
me
maybe
ask
with
this.
you, but for me, I might give you a little
Noted.
bit benefit of the doubt.
All right, here's the scenario now. Your significant other cheats on you
Mhm.
with a porn star, and they end up winning the award, and they end up getting all this money from this porn. Are you staying with them?
Fuck no. I'm taking. Sorry, Miss Flo. I'm taking half that shit in the divorce.
Yeah.
I
Well,
would never
absolutely.
be dating.
That
I wouldn't
same
date
thing.
anybody like that. No.
Because
But you already married to them.
Oh.
not only
Yeah.
did you break our vows, but you did so on a recording that then was seen by obviously millions of people if it made a lot of money.
By this dude right
So
here.
now
He's talking about it on
everybody's
his
gonna,
podcast.
everybody would look at me as a cuck from this point
Yeah.
on.
That
for
would
the
that
rest
would
of
be
my
an
life.
accurate. That would be an accurate assessment
So at
as well.
this
Yeah.
point,
That's true.
at this point, you have ruined my reputation by cheating on me in this way.
I agree.
That's
Now,
probably
but-
why we just kill you.
I find that very
So the
disrespectful.
question is then for Crispy, if you found out your man cheated on you with a porn star,
Mhm.
would you leave him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't want.
What
that
if he
either.
invited you? Would you join him?
No. I mean, maybe once.
Good
No.
answer.
So he only gets one pass. Like, hey,
No.
this porn star's here.
Like, I don't think I'd be interested in anybody that was gonna be like.
That degenerate.
Unless it was a
I
lesbian
mean-
porn, then I'd be okay with it, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's different.
Um,
There's no other dicks.
I don't know. No, I certainly no. I mean, I mean, I like a little bit of a bad boy, but I tried to.
When you say bad
work
boy,
with him,
how
but
much
not
of a
that
bad
bad,
boy?
not like horrible.
On a scale, wait, how would we rank out from most to least bad boy?
On
Dave's
the
least.
scale of Dave,
Probably he's like most middle
Dave,
east. Is that
Dave
Who's
DeGlenn.
most? Who's
the guy
most?
with no
Probably
sleeves and
Glenn,
big
yeah.
tattoos?
The guy who looks like a
mean-
biker.
I am
Yeah.
a biker. I ride a
Exactly. That's my point. That
He's
is
more
like the
out-
epitome
out-
of
he's
bad
more-
boy.
He's more
Although I think
outwardly
Flo
bad
rides a
boy,
bike
but
too, don't you?
You're more dangerous, Flo. And
Harley. I just present bad. I'm
Yeah.
really good
Yeah.
at it.
well, that's what I said earlier. Is I wasn't gonna. You were getting killed in the chat for like just even having this topic about a hoe school and stuff. But I don't want to judge you on just a topic because
Well,
you
the whole
maybe
point
you're
is
It's
maybe
mostly
you're
a
just,
joke.
yeah,
The whole point
right.
of an outrageous topic.
Because I don't think you're probably really like those.
No. The whole point of an outrageous topic like that. I forgot what this process is. I learned it in college. But you present the most ridiculous solution to a
So-
problem. But then you're trying to bring the people to a more middle ground conversation on how to fix the solution.
Mhm.
I'm saying hoe school because obviously there's a bunch of promiscuity going around, right? And everybody's complaining about it. And you know what? I see these numbers from what like the OnlyFans like reviews or like the financial reviews say, and it's like, oh my gosh, these women must suck at their job because they don't know what they're doing. But then all these guys are saying women don't know how to be wives either. So should we have a hoe school? And if we have a hoe school, shouldn't we have a wife school? And if we have a wife school, shouldn't we have a husband school? And then it goes back to maybe if we have a husband school and a wife school before people are allowed to get married.
Yeah, it's called premarital counseling, and nobody needs hoe school. That's like, I mean, we can figure out how to be a hoe.
There are some chicks who cannot give good head.
Yeah, I
Some use their
probably.
teeth, and that's a
But
no
you
go.
have to. That's when you have to. I mean, you have to. You have to help her. Like that's all. She just needs a little coaching.
How much patience do you think I got?
None.
How many dicks do you think I've sucked?
None.
Hopefully.
I am not qualified to.
But you also know what you.
You have
like.
been to prison, so
Oh.
Jail.
Shots
Jail.
fired.
sorry,
Jail.
jail.
All right,
Jail
Gabe.
is only
I ain't gay, but I'll fuck you to prove a point. You know that?
Exactly. See,
It's
But
not
so,
gay
like,
if you say no
the
homo
real, the
first.
real question is though, like, okay, premarital counseling. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Should it be mandatory?
Yeah. Yeah, because
agree.
you go over topics that you might not have thought about, like,
But if we're
division
at
of
this
labor,
point,
who's going to do the bills, who's going to do the housework, how are you going to discipline your children, what religion are you going to raise your children in? It just would save a lot of headaches.
but here's the other thing though. At this point, that we have a lot of women that say that men are not men anymore. That there's a lot of soft men. There's a lot of soy, right?
True.
And if that's the case, then maybe men would benefit from husband school, and maybe women would benefit from wife school.
It's called premarital counseling.
I-
I don't know what we would teach in husband school.
I'm gonna
But
agree.
I would probably not try and find a wife in a strip club, maybe, and then like problem solved all the way.
I'm gonna go with Glenn on this real quick though. I want to back him up a little bit. Women and men kind of learn differently, or traditional counseling doesn't work that well for men.
Exactly.
If we could do a husband school where men can teach men how to be better husbands who have been through the process and like done it, like had a good marriage, are we off or okay? We're still
Traditional
here.
counseling doesn't
I
work
saw him
for
drop
men
out.
because
I had counseling, guys. I had to leave real quick.
Oh. because
because
like-
women
Anger
gang up
management.
with the counselor. Women get that little empathetic bond with the counselor, and they gang up on the man. And the man doesn't talk about his problems, but the woman does.
That's why they say marriage counseling doesn't work.
I would never want to.
I feel like counseling works really well for women because
Mm-hmm.
okay, now this is gonna sound sexist.
It's our fault.
It's gonna sound a little bit sexist
Because you complain
women
more.
tend to, when they have a problem with something, just want to talk about it, not necessarily solve it. Men
Yeah, that's
don't
true.
want
Look at Glenn's
to.
face. I know. I was
talk
confused too when I
about it.
learned that women talk about problems, not to solve them.
Yes, they
Yeah,
don't want
we
to solve it,
We really don't want your opinion.
and they're gonna
on
be
how to
mad
solve
at
it.
you
So-
when
so
you
no,
tell
no,
them how to solve it.
I've learned this. I learned this.
Yes.
You know what I
Yeah,
say?
don't try and
Watch
solve
it.
our
I'll
problems.
give you a
We
perfect
know how to
example.
solve them.
Crispy,
We
let's
just-
say you're my significant other. Come to me with the problem. Go ahead. I'll show you guys how to do this.
I mean, let's see. I don't know. I really don't. Let me
Just
think.
pretend. Play
Glenn-
make believe.
Glenn, would you still love me if I was a puddle of water?
I'm thinking like, do you think, Dave, that was really
That's
nice.
fucking hilarious.
Nice.
Nicely done, Dave. Fist
like,
bump.
I'm thinking like, okay, that my
friend Stacy
boss at, my
at
boss
work.
at
There you
work,
go.
my boss at work is constantly hitting on me, and I hate it.
Hey, babe.
It's me. I'm your
Quick
boss.
question, babe. Quick
Hey,
question.
what's up?
Quick question. Do you want me to fix this or feel this?
No, I just wanted to. I just wanted
You
to
want me to
bitch
feel this
about it
with
for a
you, or you
minute.
want me to
Yeah.
fix this?
Film? Did you say film it?
Feel.
Feel.
Feel
He
it.
wants he wants to
No, I
feel
don't
it with
want you
you.
to feel it. I mean, just,
Okay, cool.
just
You know what? I
listen.
don't got
That's
time for
all.
that right now. I
Just
got work.
listen.
No. Look, if you overdo it, if you lean into it and really feel it with her, maybe you'll.
No, the question is like it's because
Uh-oh. He unplugged his mic.
Oh no.
sometimes what guys tend to do when our woman comes to us and there's a problem, we automatically want to fix their problem. You know why? We just want them to shut up, and we want sex to be open for us later. So we figured they have this problem. We want to fix it so we can have sex later. And if what we need and ask them is like, hey, do you want us to feel this with you or fix it with you? And it sounds stupid, but I'm telling you it works. Like if you go, okay, you want me
What sort of a narcissist wants to just have the problem and not fix it?
that's women.
It's women. I don't get it. I don't I can't
No, we
understand
know how to
it, but I
fix it.
know
We
it
just wanna-
happens.
We just want you. I've told you
They
this
want to be
before.
heard.
I think that is how you should, when you argue with somebody. I am a firm believer in everybody that argues just wants to be heard and understood. That's
I know
all.
you think that, but I don't think I think that.
Well, you don't, but like I would
No,
think that like
It-
most people would.
If I'm bringing a problem to someone, it's because I want their opinion on how to fix it. It's not because I just want to vent.
I get
I don't
no
know.
joy out of expressing my misery.
In fact, I don't want you to know what's wrong with me unless
Right.
I'm planning on fixing it and I need help.
I don't want to know what's wrong with you either.
Like,
I
He
think-
oh man, he likes that shit. He likes chicks that are mean.
Yeah.
I
do.
think that she's right though. I don't think guys should tell women their problems either,
No.
unless the problem has to do with the woman. They're
Like if
look,
she's on her period, every time she gets mad at you, just ask, "Are you on your period?"
If
And that'll
you
calm
just-
her right down.
you don't
I
even
think
Oh
ask.
my
You
God, that
don't
will
even
piss
ask. You know what you do?
right off.
You just turn on a sappy movie and you throw chocolate at her and
Mhm.
walk away.
Yeah. But I also think that's why you should have like it's important to have female friends, and I tell my guy friends too that it's a red flag when a female doesn't have female friends.
Oh, I think
So,
that's true 100%.
yeah. So but that's why you talk to your like I would never go and talk to like I wouldn't tell my guy like a bunch of shit that I would just talk to like one of my friends about. I wouldn't, I wouldn't
Yeah,
go to
because that makes him your girlfriend.
yeah.
Again,
That does.
it's a
And I
red
know
flag
it
for
aggravates
normal
you.
guys, not for me.
Yeah,
though.
I know it
That's how
aggravates you.
dudes
You have a
turn
low
gay.
tolerance for it.
I like
Yeah.
crazy
So
girls.
I think like look, the only time you should talk to your woman about a problem is when you have a problem with your woman. Like, look, okay, you know what?
Mhm.
I
I
don't know
hate the
what's
way
wrong.
you smell.
Like
Those
okay,
fucking goats.
those damn goats. You're going to goat yoga way too fucking much.
Here, have
All
some
right, I
Lumi.
told you.
It'll fix you.
But
Right on.
but for the most part, I think most people just want to be heard and understood, and it not like I don't. You're not trying to change the person's opinion and make them, somehow like change their entire point of view to side with you. You should just be heard and understood, and vice
Why
versa.
does being heard so important?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Like, it feels like kind of a stupid question, but like, do you really believe that's what most people? Is that really what most people want?
I don't know. It's just like what I like. I mean, it's what I want. I don't think like when I see couples or whatever, I can tell how long they're gonna if they're gonna work out or if they're not gonna work out
You're the
You
couple
probably
with
can
first.
because
based
you're
on
witchy.
it's based on how they fight with one another. It's not how well they get along. It's
With
how well it's
knives.
what they fight. No,
I
it's like
always say, you know
when
what?
you
The
hit
day
below the
you
belt, when you hit below the belt and you say some real cruel shit, you can't take that back. You can't like say you're sorry. It's already
Yep.
out there.
Yeah, I
So
agree with you. I say as soon as you call them out of their name,
I don't
that
care
you
about that.
well,
But
if you're cussing them out and you're calling them, you're showing them disrespect. So when you're
yeah,
showing them disrespect, when you get to the level where you're disrespecting this person that you say you love, you already know it's already on the downward slope of where it's going to go bad.
That's when he just wants you to feel it with him.
that might be
Well,
a
listen
little
to you.
much. Feel it with
But
me.
regardless, that's why I don't think that the pre or whatever pre-marriage
Pre-marriage
counseling would help the man as
What-
much because
What
they're
if
not going
the
to tell you the
pre-marriage
problems as much.
counseling was about like in putting them in the most fucked up situations?
It is that way. You take like a little test or whatever, and then I mean, and then afterwards you talk to the priest, and the priest tells you, and listen, I'm telling you,
Don't trust priests.
no, the priest told me the best advice ever. He said, if you get up every day and if your goal is to make that other person's life easier and better, then if that's your goal every day, then you'll be fine. I think that's good advice.
That sounds like Disney
So
bullshit.
And file first. I think that's better advice.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
this is where people get fucked up in relationships. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is not really red pill for me to say. I think it's the man's job to think about her needs, and I think it's the woman's job to think about his needs. And where people get fucked up is when they start thinking about their own needs. When she starts thinking about her needs and she's not thinking about his needs or his desires.
You
versa.
basically just repeated what the priest said. He said, like,
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Like you get up
Praise
every day
God.
and try and make that person's life easier. That's all, and that's like a good formula. I don't prescribe to all that red pill shit. I don't even like all of that stuff. That drives me bananas. But
Did you ask me if I know Fresh and Fit?
I mean, a little that drives me nuts too, a little bit. Yeah. I
It drives
think
you
that
nuts
there's
that
a
I know
lot
them?
of there. I think there's a lot of posing on that. On that.
Well, it probably helped to let you know that I don't really agree with them. at all.
Yeah.
I bet they would like host school.
I'm sure they would. They'll probably want to be professors at host school.
I don't think they'd admit it though, because aren't they
No,
against
they-
women
yeah.
hoeing themselves?
They'll just like
Aren't
just
they
raw
usually,
dog the
like,
chick and
always-
then tell her to get an abortion.
Yeah,
I mean that like this is what I think is just so. I mean, I can't help but just die laughing when they talk about like their workout schedule and stuff, and like this is what I do, and then I get a good workout and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, like I don't know, I just can't with that. It just I don't know, it just kind
I
of
must have watched a different Fresh and Fit.
no.
I've only
They
watched like
always are
half
talking
an
about
episode.
how they work out and stuff, and
I
like,
I
rarely
work
do.
out.
I
I
think
work
that's
out,
a
but
thing.
you know what? I don't film my workouts no more. I used to be.
Do you work out or you just take those Mexican steroids?
The Mexican steroids help, but I used to compete nationally.
You know what? You need to be really careful with that too, because I'm telling you, did you ever see like Priscilla Presley went over there and got like Fix-a-Flat in her face or whatever? They like
Base.
yeah,
My
I'm not
contact
kidding.
is actually from Russia, and I just have to pick them up in Mexico.
Fix a flat.
Yeah, they
a whole
did. They
ordeal.
put that's the kind of that's what was found in her thing. Yeah,
That's
there was a whole show
fantastic.
about it.
That's amazing.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah.
like what. That's like
So
what.
did it lift her cheek up?
I mean, listen, if
Was
you
You
it for
think that
lip filler?
expanding
What was it
chrome
for?
would be less
you go to
hard? Or something?
Mexico and somebody wants to do plastic surgery in
Yeah.
their kitchen, like say no, like that's
Hold on.
crazy.
Pause. I got some administrative stuff to do. I am about to start a live stream. I'm actually late for it. But
right.
I'm gonna drop the link to your stream because I'm gonna end mine in a second and shuttle my audience over. But anybody who wants to stay watching this, I just dropped the link here, and also I'll wait a minute.
I don't really have anybody
Cool.
watching me, but I'm gonna step out too, just because it's pretty late and I need to go to bed.
Well,
and
you
I
know,
got a
it's
plumber
like-
coming tomorrow.
It is midnight over here,
Mm-hmm.
and I think this is a good time to wrap it up.
Oh, okay.
Not like Fresh did, but really wrap it up.
I was gonna say I think he forgot.
Hey,
did wrap
listen,
it
you're that
might
that
have missed
trailer
that step.
that trailer that you showed before that.
Hey,
looks
thanks for
really
having me
good.
up.
No problem, Flo.
Later, Flo.
That trailer that you showed looks really good.
Thank you. It's actually
Yeah.
going to be in Cannes starting the 15th or the 14th.
At the film festival, that's
Yep.
really good that you got in there.
I got 2 films in there. I got this one and another one called A Memory of the Heart.
Nice.
Yeah. What's the one that we saw? What was the name of it?
So you see the
Token
backdrop
Choke.
behind me?
Uh-huh.
Token Choke Dispensary.
Okay.
I play a crooked DEA agent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That
It looks
seems
like
fitting.
a coming of age story, but like
You know what? It's kind of
with
funny.
some hijinks thrown in.
It was shot during COVID,
Yeah.
Oh.
and we talk about COVID in the movie.
Hmm.
So it's
Huh.
the only movie that's being filmed during COVID, talking about COVID and like some comedy aspects. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's been a long process, almost 4 years now, to get it all done with editing and everything. But it's an independent film.
Mhm.
So as an independent actor, independent filmmaker, that's all on you. You don't have a huge budget. So to get in Cannes, it's a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
Oh yeah.
It's a huge deal.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It's a enormous deal because they're only just they really are particular, and there's only just the select few that get in. So that's amazing. And then
Yeah.
what about Sundance? Did you try there?
So I'm working with the director. I'm not sure if she's throwing it in Sundance too. I know we're actually getting ready for our next project. So I like working with like the same people over and over again, especially like a director. Like they know how I work, and like she knows that she could give me the script and I will just make it however I make it, and I'll make it good for her. Like there was no coaching ever involved in this film when we shot. She just like, we know each other that well. We hang out with each other. We collaborate a lot. So we're working on this film with locking down Alan Richson from Reacher.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to get Kristen Bell right now
Yeah, I heard you say that.
Yeah, and it's really cool. We're shooting in the DR, so this will be the first time shooting overseas.
Yeah.
So that's like, I'm not sure if she's putting this film Token Choke in any other film festivals right now, other than Cannes, because I know we're focusing on the next project shooting this September.
All right, guys, I'm taking off. Have a good one.
Okay, bye, Dave.
Later.
Take
Love
it
you.
easy,
See
Dave.
you.
Thanks for having me up. I'll
No
be
I
problem.
around.
would
Okay. Let's put that back on. There we go. Now we got my actual camera back on. I was in somebody else's StreamYard there. What's up, Mike? How you doing? I'm gonna play my outro, and then I'm gonna dip so you can hear my cool ass song that I made. Yeah. Maybe if I can. Glad to hear it. Let's see if there's anybody for me to. It's probably not worth rating in. I think I only got you.
Sitting in my fortress, with walls made of despair. I'm empty, ruling with darkness, no love to share. I built my empire under ruins of broken hearts. The pain I inflict, tearing lives apart. Every tear shed, an anthem to my name. I thrive on the torment of fuel by the flame.
So it looks like
Wear my scars
Cankles
proudly.
I'm guessing you're over at Cankles as well.
But deep
Yes, no.
down inside their sight, I'm taking your face, spreading my misery. That's my
Mudcrab's over there.
pain. I want you suffer.
No, I made this on Suno
As
myself.
I feel your cries,
Me.
I'm empty.
I did it.
In the depths of my soul, darkness resides. I build my empire on the tears I've cried.
This is
Sadness and despair, my foundation's strong. Every heartbreak you lost, turn it into song. In the shadows I dwell, where pain is my guide through the darkest nights. My spirit won't hide, I harness the sorrow, let it fuel my flame. Building an empire with darkness as my name.
No.
Light, I'm taking your place, spreading my misery. That's my domain. I watch you suffer as I feed on your cries. I'm empty, and I'm not apologize. As my name.
Going into like a lot that wouldn't really have.
That's
like,
it.
That wouldn't really solve or
Let me go into my
help in this
studio, see if I can do
conversation,
this.
Like between you and me.
It definitely wouldn't. It
So
definitely
I can't
wouldn't.
end my stream yet because
Even
I
if
don't
it's
have the
between
thing
us,
open.
they're not helping now. But going back to this, going back to you instigating.
I
more
want
on
to
the
raid with
speculation
my
piece,
no
You also at one point do say,
viewers.
Neve, why do you sound so shy? Say it with your test. Like I'm just supposed to infer
Let
that.
me raid
that's
with my
actually
one
misplaced
viewer.
anger you have for
It's
Ninetales,
so
and that
fun.
I shouldn't take that. Like,
Oh yeah, no, that's my
personally. It's just
interpretation
weird.
of what. That's my
No, it's
interpretation
just
of what you're
weird
saying.
behavior.
Oh,
I mean, is it?
don't
weird
worry,
behavior?
I'm gonna rage you in.
Like, do
Give
people
me
not
one
talk
sec.
shit? I don't.
I'll make it work.
It becomes weird when you're gonna act aloof later
Where
down the
is it?
road and not stand on that.
God, I
Right?
suck
It
at this.
becomes weird in that sense where you're like, oh no, Neve, you just misheard me. Like you don't get it. Whatever. Like that's where it becomes
Not what I
weird.
said.
If you
though.
if you were in this conversation right
lot
now,
of-
doubling down on that, then we wouldn't be here. Like we wouldn't be in that like line of questioning. We'd actually be having a conversation right now. We're
That's
just
what I
trying
was looking
to
for. Okay.
understand why you
Here we
say the
go.
things that you say. Apparently, I guess it's all has to something
I
to do with
mean,
Ninetales.
I
Which I'm
haven't
inclined to
heard.
believe. Ninetales sucks. So I mean,
I haven't heard from Kankle, so I don't like. Again,
Why-
I'm only
okay.
attributing what one person is saying to like their person,
Mhm.
not as like a whole total
Got it.
group, right? And
All
like,
right, here
I'm
you go.
talking in like a
Be the
vague
one
way
man
before
army.
something
Shout
that
me
I
out.
might not be talking to you, right? But like, really, all I'm
Yeah.
trying to say is that like, yeah, like it just didn't